Welcome home, guys. We are continuing our series on affordable housing. And in this video today, we're going to talk about 3 states. We're talking about Section 8 housing choice vouchers and public housing units that are available. I've compiled a detailed list of openings as of June 2024. And I'm all for helping to reduce homelessness one person at a time. So today we're going to talk about 3 states. If I do not call your state today, please just share the video. Share it with someone who lives in that state or is willing to move to that state to have affordable housing. Maryland, Massachusetts, not Maryland. I have done quite a few videos already today. We are talking about Massachusetts, Michigan, and Minnesota today. So the very first thing we're going to look at is Massachusetts, and we're going to look at what's open for their housing choice vouchers. And the state of Massachusetts has housing choice voucher open waiting lists until further notice. And in Cambridge, they have an open waiting list until further notice. Now let's talk about the public housing that's available in the state of Massachusetts. And we want to be very mindful, as we talked in previous videos, that public housing these days in some of the bigger cities are not the public housing that grandma or people that we knew back in the day stayed in. They are way better today. They are up to date, built new, modern, and can accommodate people that are disabled a lot of times. So in Cambridge, public housing that's available is called Putnam, Putnam Gardens. They only have 1 unit available for that. But in Washington Elms, there's units available, and it states 21. Daniel F. Burns Apartments have units available. And Turnkey 3 Homeowners and Roosevelt Towers. This is in Cambridge. State of Massachusetts only has 1 place open for public housing at the time. So those 2 housing choice vouchers, and in Cambridge, public housing. So you want to check that out. Let's move on to the state of Michigan. Section 8 housing choice vouchers that are available are in Montcalm County, Michigan, for the non-elderly disabled. Open until December 31st, 2024. That is in Montcalm County. It's for the non-elderly disabled. Waiting list will close December 31st this year. Also, Reed City Housing Commission has Section 8 housing choice vouchers available until further notice. Waiting lists available. All right, let's look for public housing in Michigan. We're going to start with Baldwin Housing Commission, and they have Hollister Manor available for public housing. And Boyne City Housing Commission, BOYNE, they have Listenberger Conkle Annex available for public housing. Looks like 28 units available. These are all open as of today, June 26, 2024. In Grayling Housing Commission, they have Azagra Acres available. So public housing units in Azagra. That's AUSAGRA. In Iron County, they have Pleasant Valley apartment units available. All right, next county, we're still in Michigan. Manistee Housing Commission. Let's see what they have available. They have Harbor View Towers and Germsfax Manistee available. Marquette Housing Commission. Those are closed. That is closed. So we will go to our next county in Michigan. Mount Pleasant Housing has Riverview Apartments available, 13 units. Reed City Housing Commission has public housing at Meadowview Village. St. Louis Housing Commission has 38 units available in Oak Ridge Apartments. Public housing for Michigan as of June 2024. Now let's look at the next state. Yay, Minnesota. For the Housing Choice Vouchers. Listen up. This is time sensitive and we're right on time. As of today, June 26, 2024, Bloomington, Minnesota waiting lists for Housing Choice Vouchers will open on July 15th, 2024. So mark your calendars. It will open on July the 15th for Bloomington, Minnesota Housing Choice Vouchers. That is a game changer. Also, Rice County, Minnesota has limited Section 8 Housing Choice Vouchers waiting list open. It opened June 3rd, 2024, so you're not late. Just a little slightly to get on that waiting list, but it will close on August the 2nd, 2024. So this gives you time for you Minnesota folks, let me tell you, because some of these other states that I have researched, they open one day and close the next day. I have even seen some public housing in certain areas open for only a few hours. I think One opened one time at 10 in the morning and it closed at 12 noon. They had Los Angeles, California open. Oh man, you know that's popular. Who isn't trying to get affordable housing in Los Angeles? They had that open a couple weeks ago, and they had a specific date that they were supposed to open and close. But by the time I had looked at it, they had closed, I say, within a number of hours. I think the system just cracked down. They just went by how many people had applied and closed it down. The deadline was not even over. So Minnesota is being very generous with their waiting list. So I'll say again, Bloomington, Minnesota opens on July 15th, 2024 for Housing Choice Vouchers. And Rice County, Minnesota is open right now for Housing Choice Vouchers waiting list. It opened June 3rd and it will close on August 2nd, 2024. Now let's look at the public housing for Minnesota, because that may be something that you can get in immediately while you wait on your Housing Choice Vouchers, or some of you just may choose to want to be in public housing for whatever reasons versus waiting on a long waiting list. But we are looking at Dakota County and Minnesota, and the public housing available is Portland N and S Biscayne townhomes / office. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you guys are familiar with whatever that is in your state. They have 28 units available. You want to jump on that, and that looks like a very nice apartment complex. I think I gotta sneeze. Okay. Also, public housing in Dakota County, Portland N and S Biscayne townhomes office. They have a total different picture. It says same name, but I see a different type of home here. Also in Dakota County, Colleen Lonely Manor is available for public housing. All right, our next county in Minnesota for public housing is HRA of Aitkin County, and they have Aitkin HRA available with 28 units. Housing and Redevelopment Authority of Carlton for public housing have Woodlawn Pines available, and it is only stating 1 unit. So someone has to jump on that. Housing and Redevelopment Authority of Faribault public housing is available. They have units available, states 44. The Housing Redevelopment Authority of Worthington, we're still in Minnesota, talking about public housing, is Atrium High Rise, and they have 39 units available, and those look nice as well. Minnesota has always been a really nice town. You don't really hear much about them in the news. You had something maybe a few years back ago, but they have always been a nice, quiet place. Cold, but nice, quiet community. All right, so public housing still in Minnesota. We're talking about Iska County HRA public housing. The buildings available in Iska, and that is ITASCA. They have Calumet and Tokonite, 6 units available. They also have 411 7th Street available, 2 units. And that is it for Iska County. All right, Still in Minnesota, public housing, we are talking about Northwest Minnesota Multi-County Housing and Redevelopment Authority. And what they have available is elderly housing. Great. Senior housing, we need that. We don't see a lot of that a lot of times. They have 29 units available in NWMN. So I guess it's Northwest Minnesota Multi-County HR Public Housing Buildings. So please pass this along. Share this with others. Leave me any comments if you know of anything I have not mentioned to help our fellow YouTube family so they can get affordable housing. I would like to see you have affordable housing. We all need affordable housing if you're going to opt in living in America, okay? Minnesota, we're still in South Central Multi-County HRA. Okay, nothing is there. So that is it for the state of Minnesota. A big game changer, though. For the big state of Minnesota, there are 2 places for Housing Choice Vouchers. You guys should jump on that. Minnesota's being very generous with the time frame that they're going to have those open waiting lists. So I wish you all well. I do. And I'll see you in an upcoming informative video with the next states. I'll get them all out by the end of June. So just keep looking for your state. Like the video on your way leaving here. I love you guys as always. I do. I love you. Talk to you soon.